Welcome to the 5th episode in our series of videos about Lintec's RPC series remotely controlled panel boards. This video will highlight advanced zone setup, including how to configure contact closures, emergency override, and brownout functions. Wiring diagrams for each Lintec switch set are shipped with the panel and are also available on lintec.com. Let's begin our overview with contact closures. The first on-off switch set typically terminates on the left side of the controller in headers 2 and 3. After the switches are wired, configuration can be completed on the Setup Contact Closures page. Standard Lintec switches use momentary, normally open contacts. Merge inputs 2 and 3 together and optionally give the switch set a name. Save changes and go to the Setup Panels tab. Here, the contact closure you just configured can be assigned to the desired zone. You can also assign a zone to a DMX or streaming AC in universe. Initial DMX setup can be completed under the Protocols tab. Refer to video 3 in this series for initial DMX setup. If the Protocols tab is not present, DMX setup can be found on the Setup Networks tab. Any zone may be assigned to a DMX or streaming AC in universe by selecting from the drop-down box. DMX and contact closures cannot be assigned to the same zone. Next, let's review the RPC panel's emergency shutoff, which is typically used to interface with a fire alarm system. To enable this function, click the checkbox next to the emergency shutoff button. In the event of an emergency, a fire alarm will activate the contact closure, shutoff mode will be activated, and designated circuits will turn off immediately. To designate which remotely controlled circuits turn off in the case of a fire alarm, click the checkboxes under the column labeled E toward the middle of each panel. If you have circuits that should stay on during the emergency shutoff, ensure they remain unchecked. Finally, use the checkboxes on the left to determine whether circuits will sequence back on after the fire alarm clears. Inversely, emergency lighting determines which circuits will turn on in the event of an emergency. Follow the same steps used in emergency shutoff to configure your emergency lighting. Click L for the circuits that you want to turn on in an emergency. Voltage protection has similar options to emergency shutoff, but is invoked not by contact closure, but instead by over or under voltage conditions or loss of power. Make voltage protection active by checking the V box. Choose the nominal voltage that is correct for your system and specify whether you want circuits to remain off or recover after loss of power. There are additional resources available on lintec.com, but please call the factory if you have questions. In the next video in this RPC series, we will discuss advanced options and accessories.